Okay, it's Wednesday morning and I'm awake, but I really wish I wasn't. I've had like 4 hours sleep. And I have Anglo-Saxon history at 10, so I need to get on. I don't want to get up, I want to go back to sleep. I feel terrible. First things first, tea. Okay, tea is made, so time to go and have a shower while it cools down. I'm so tired. It's one of those days where I'm like, I'm awake, but at what cost? Oh, look at that lovely British weather. I mean, really, it's not exactly an incentive to wake up. It's 9 AM, I'm awake, I've showered and dressed, I haven't had breakfast yet, and I still feel horrendous. But I'm up. So this is progress. I did not think I was going to make it to lectures this morning. The Asnack Halloween pub crawl. Anything but accurate Asnack in pop culture. It should totally come as Loki, except now that I have purple hair, that's a bit more difficult. This is all that's going to get me through my lectures this morning. I'm reading a web chat with Mary Beard. For the record, in my year at Newnham, I've never actually met Mary Beard. The classicists have, but I'm not a classicist. A man met a friend and said, "Hey, I thought you were dead." "No," said the guy. "You can see I'm alive." "But," the other replied, "the man who told me you were dead is much more reliable than you are." Apparently this is a Roman joke, but I don't get it. Best thing I've seen on Tumblr this morning. Every time Rivendell has a council meeting, it's called an El Rendezvous. It's amazing. So good. I was going to take you to the Sidgwick site and the English faculty on my way to my lectures so that you could see what they're like, but it is tipping it down with rain and I don't want my camera to get wet. It's that really fine kind of rain that makes you really, really wet and would destroy my camera, so I'm gonna go gather up my things and get ready to go. Okay, I'm back from my morning lectures of Anglo-Saxon history and medieval French literature, in the process of making my second cup of tea of the day. And I think my next task is going to be to tidy my room a bit and take my bins out. Because at Newnham we don't have what's called bedders, which are people who clean your room. So we have to do that ourselves. I don't mind because I sleep during the day and wouldn't want a cleaner coming in, but yeah, I need to do that and I need to return a bunch of my library books. I also at some point need to do some Old Irish translation for tomorrow's class, but I took so many notes in my lectures this morning that my hands are dead. My hand just gave up halfway through French and I'll just have to rely on my recording, which I can do because my hands are dead. I'm gonna give them a rest. I might just read a book for a while. Okay, so I've read like 100 pages of a book and had a bit of a lie down. And now I'm gonna go cook lunch because I've checked the menus for the college buttery and the only gluten-free option involves almonds, which also make me sick. Yay! So we're in the kitchen and I couldn't have the camera on when I was actually cooking because there were like 4 other people in here and I was embarrassed. But we have hobs and we have ovens and this is a pretty nice kitchen by Newnham standards. Cupboards with everyone's room numbers on, that kind of thing. But there's quite a lot of people cooked this lunchtime, so there's quite a lot of washing up around. Not nearly as bad as it sometimes is. Let's return some library books. Just remembered I forgot to bring my reading list, so I can't pick up my next lot of books. Well done me. Get 4 books. 3 for this essay and 1 looks like it might have relevant dissertation stuff, so we will find out. Cup of tea number 3, and I was about to sit down to do some reading for my next supervision essay, but have somehow misplaced my reading list. So I've got quite a lot of the books, but I have no idea what my question is, and I'm not sure which chapters of the books I'm meant to read. So I can either use this time to look for it, or I can get started on my Irish translation, but hands are still hurting, so not sure if I can manage that. I have another lecture at 4, but that gives me quite a bit of time before then. Okay, I'm going to start by reading the ones where I know what I'm meant to read. Taking a break to edit some of the video I've taken so far today, which is hours worth. Cup of tea number 4. Got about 45 minutes until my lecture, so I can get a bit done and that just saves me time later. To the English faculty. Is it raining? Excellent, it stopped raining. For those who are confused, I haven't suddenly changed degrees. It's just ASNAC shares its faculty with English because we're a tiny department, so we don't need our own building. It's actually not that horrible a day now. It's just a bit grey and damp. Ugly, isn't it? The big orange building up ahead is the English faculty, so we're nearly there. Voila. Behind me. Vlogging. Day in the life of a Cambridge student.
Fun.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Literally half of it is just me on a sofa with a book, so... I was like, I better leave the house and prove that occasionally I go to lectures.
Fair enough.
So, yay, me and the English faculty. It just looks like a wall. Excellent. Lecture is over. There's literally nothing else to do today. Actually a really interesting lecture about Ogham stones, so that was quite fun. I took a lot of notes until my hands gave up. Now I'm going back to college. I should probably do more work this evening, but I have nothing planned apart from work. Like, it's going to be really boring. I should probably get on with some more video editing as well, because I have taken so much footage. Oh my goodness. Also, I am so not confident enough to vlog while out in public. I know that everyone's giving me weird looks and I'm way too aware of it. We were talking about this bilingual Ogham and runic stone in Killaloe in County Clare, which I have seen. 2013, I made a video called The Land of the She, and it's got me gesturing emphatically at a bunch of rocks. One of those rocks is that stone. I will put a link to that in description if you want to find it again. So yeah, I was like, I've seen this rock! That makes me happy. I want to go back to Ireland. Ireland was cool. I should go find some friends and hang out with people this evening. I've not been at all sociable today, really. We're going back into college. I don't mind this weather so much when it's not actually raining, because although it's not like sunny, the air's quite fresh and it's not unreasonably cold. But I kind of wish there was a bit more blue sky. There's a hint of blue up there, just poking through the clouds, but the sun will go down in like an hour. The nights are drawing in, and not the fun kind of nights who have swords. So yeah, it's now too late in the evening for me to drink much more caffeine. So I am not going to go straight back to my room and make a cup of tea, because I actually want to go to sleep tonight, and I'm trying not to nap during the day, because that always messes up my life. So I think this evening I'm going to do some more reading for my essay, and a bit of Irish translation, but I'll do the rest tomorrow because I don't want to overwork my hands. I might take some time this evening just to chill, like to read something fun, or maybe watch some TV on Netflix, because I do need to rest my hands, and there's nothing like useful I can do that doesn't involve them. And I've been weirdly productive today, given how little sleep I had. I think it's because I'm vlogging for you guys. I don't want to like not doing anything, because partly that's boring for you, and partly makes me look bad. So I could probably go out. There's probably something happening I could go to. Fun fact about my accommodation, you can't hear much from one room to the next, but you can hear quite a lot from the corridors to the rooms, so I'm pretty sure I just heard one of the people on my corridor having sex. I could have lived without that. Okay, so I have to confess, I did not exactly spend much of this evening working. Instead, I spent it watching Sweeney Todd, and then I just went back to the library to get some decent shots because the ones I took earlier were really, really shaky. This is the Newnham College Buttery. It's like the cafe thing. So yeah, my evening did not live up to the productivity of the daytime, but that's okay because I needed to take some time out and I needed to rest my hand. This is actually a clock, so you can see here it's 11:10. The thingy at the top is the sun, and then we have Earth, and the Moon, and then Andromeda, and then these all represent the planets. And if we go a bit closer, you'll be able to see that the 4 orbs around the side actually have pictures of them. I'm not tall enough to show you the sun. Sorry.